Okay, thanks for coming back, because we've got a little bit of work to do here yet, and we're just in our middle distance, so we'll continue on there. So I'm going to pick up one of my round brushes. We've just chewed it out there, flatten it on one side, that's the best way to go, and I'm going to put in a little bit of foliage back in here, so let's just get that in there. A little bit in here as well. Take it up out of the picture. Always looks better when you can get over that background mountain range or whatever. Okay, pick up a little bit of our light here now. A little bit of burnt up, a little bit of green, and also a little bit of the old yellow ochre as well. So got those colours happening back in the distance there. Break this one up, make it a little bit different. Go with the green a bit more. And don't forget underneath as well. Always looks better if you can mix it up. A little bit of green over here. Okay, and we can even put in a few tree trunks. Just scratch those in. You can always play around with a brush if you like. I just find this is a lot easier. In fact, we can even bring that down there, take that up a little. Just get your fan brush and just take things up and down and get a little bit of shade happening around those trees. Looking good. One thing we don't want is anything too uniform. I know I say it all the time, but it's so true. Okay, excuse me. We're just going to go back and mix up a colour here now. Get rid of that blue into the white into the blue. And pick up a little bit of white, a little bit of this orange that we got happening. And a little bit of that actually, just to darken it. Gives it great body, that colour. Fantastic. That's the Evolution Violet. We're going back into the distance, and I'm going to pick up a liner. Maybe a knife first. So we're going to have a little bit of a track coming down to the dam here. A little bit of colour in there as well. There's that Evolution Violet. Look at that. Just adds to it so well. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of a track just coming back up into there somewhere. We're going to have a little, maybe a little one going back that way as well. Don't want to see all of it. Little humps and bumps. And just feather that down with your fan brush, with your knife, brush, little brush, whatever works for you. Okay, so all that needs there now is just a little bit of dark here and there. We'll use this Evolution Violet because it's not too strong. And we'll just gently put that in, just to highlight that little track there. Put a little bit of green back in if you mess it up. See that? So easy to do. And bit more back in there, a little bit of dark here. Going into a little bit darker now. Just get that back in there. Okay, and a little bit of dark where it hits the water, because you're going to get those shade colours in there. Okay, that's looking good. Alright, a little bit of light on there as well. Going back up into the hills there. Bit of a tree trunk just in front of that as well, just to break it up. Looks like it's going somewhere. Our light's coming from left to right, so we can actually throw a few little shade colours back in there as well. Always looks good, get that shadow happening. So we can do that just by putting a bit of that in. So we've got lights and darks against each other, which looks good. Always going to look good. And just pick up that and just join that up there as well. Okay. What do we got? We can go around our bank now and just highlight that a little. Even bring it down as a little bank there. Paint on load my hands, gotta expect that. But hey, it doesn't matter, it's all water soluble. Get it on your clothes now, you don't have to freak out. A bit of water, wash it straight out. Best thing to ever happen. So don't forget the W oils, and you can check us out online, WayneClements.com.au, and we're going to get into a few of these colours now. Just have that little bit of a bank coming down, don't like that. A few darks under there. Get those darks underneath That's what we're after. So a little bit of colour in there as well. Don't miss out on all these beautiful colours around the bank. That's where it's going to be coming alive. A little bit of water there. And I can go over that now with a little brush and just highlight some of those spots there coming into the foreground, because in the next little segment we're going to have a little tree. Well, not a little tree, a big tree. And you can see how that's starting to come together now. Doesn't take long. Coming into our foreground, so we need to liven it up a little bit. Get some of those colours in. We'll get a few darks in here as well. That's not a good thing to happen. That's what happens. Here we go. I'm going to pick up a few darks now. And we're going to have left to right our lights coming across there. And I'm going to have a tree coming in here, so I'll put a little bit of dark in there as well. And in a few spots in the foreground. You can always go over them. A little bit of orange. See that? That's too much. A little bit of colour in the foreground there. And just pat it down. If you're not happy with it, just go over it. And we're going to pick up, just put a couple of these trunks back in before we move into the last segment of our big tree. Actually, before I do, I might just get my fan and just pat that down a little bit. A little bit too strong back in there. Yeah, looking good. Okay, now I've actually got a tree line in here too, but we've got a few seconds to do it. We can put one in here as well. It's going to make it look just a little bit more interesting. That's what we're looking at all the time. There we go. Now we're disappearing behind there, and you're wondering where that goes or what's going on behind there. That's what you need to do. Create interest. Okay, we can put our little laser liner here, and I'll just put a little bit of light in where those trunks are, and just about ready to have a break. Highlight a few of those back in there. We've got about a minute left to get this done, and then we can concentrate on the tree. So get a few of those lights in there as well on the ground. Back in the distance there, that little bank coming down, starting to look all right. Push out some of those bits that are just sticking out a bit too much. Highlight too much. That's starting to look like a little bit of water, creek, little dam or something. We can leave that over there like that. And we're just about ready to do our tree, so I think we should come back and do that. We can actually flick a few more of these up as well. There we go. Get a few of those lights back in there. Another one in here. Look at that. There you go. Just makes it look interesting. Come back and check it out. We're going to finish it off in the next segment, and really looking forward to this. It's going to look good. Kin Kin Farm. Check it out. See you soon.